Very first thing which you see on your screen right now is engage audience. This is the first step. We are discussing how to script your first webinar, and we'll discuss step by step how the flow will go. And since all of you are sitting here, 100 and 110% you guys are closed by my webinar itself. So when I take you through step by step process and everything, just recall my webinar or any other's webinar. You'll notice a pattern that every webinar is built on this same. This is a basic mind map which I am sharing with you, and every webinar is built on the same thing. So here you add your expertise and customizations based on your niche and everything. Okay, so let's just discuss the basic framework here. And since all of you have attended my webinar, so make sure you resonate with my webinar, that how did you actually resonate, how I closed you, how my webinar began, and how did you guys got the whole thing. And this is what the first thing which will happen when I switch on my camera in a webinar. I actually ask how many of you questions, right? You can also note it down alongside HMOY questions to be asked when you are beginning your your webinar. Just when you are showing your face on a webinar, you ask HMOY. What is HMOY? It is how many of you questions. Now remember, I asked you guys, how many of you are business owners? How many of you are freelancers? How many of you are already running a business? Things like that. How many of you are from Delhi? Everyone, do you guys resonate? I asked these kind of questions when I first began with the webinar, right? Yes or no into the chat box, right? Exactly. So I usually ask, what is your, where have you logged in from? And what niche you are into, things like that, so that both of us connect. If I just open my camera and start pitching and everything, you will not connect. Even I won't get the engagement on the chat box. And if as a speaker you don't get that engagement in the chat box, you clearly have a red flag that you are not doing the engagement clear enough. Okay, so that was the first introduction you do. You do not you always ask, simple rule, you ask HMOY questions. It could be, you can just list out 3 to 4 questions which you will be asking every time you begin your webinar with. Basic rule. Okay, from here you get into bold promises. These are 5 things you will be doing right after how many of you question when you share your screen and everything. So how you design your PPT as well, this will also go alongside. So here, when you are asking the how many of your questions, you are just showing your face, you are not sharing your screen. Okay, note it down as well. When you are doing the engagement question right after you have just shown your screen, your face in the webinar, you are just asking engagement questions. You are trying to engage the audience. You're trying to make the audience that yes, I am one of you. Okay, so how many of you are from Delhi? Oh, awesome, you are from Delhi. Oh, where exactly from Delhi? I am also from Delhi. So you see, I did that engagement with you guys. Even you don't remember, even I don't remember after the webinar who was from Delhi or what did I say. But that is an engagement which happened in the moment itself.